Good day, good love, good light, and good way, illuminators and way showers. And thank you for joining me, Wendy Wolfe, with the Languages of Lights for today's Cup of Inspiration. This oracle message is about inspiration and synchronicity and serendipity. And for a while I've been inspired to really do something every day to bring a spontaneous oracle message. So I wanted to thank Paula, the lovely Miss P. Thank you so much for confirming this for me. It's something I've been wanting to do for a while, so we'll see. We'll see how we do with it. But every day I'm just guided to share inspiration with all of you, and whether it's the sacred healing of song or oracle readings, numerology, insights about self-love. They right away, they want to start talking. So I've been noticing lately a lot of us, many of us out there being more spontaneous and serendipitous, and finally beginning to practice the idea of allowing our hearts to be as light as a feather, to be in the consciousness of trust and gratitude and utter faith that we really are in the perfect space, in the perfect moment, in the perfect now, and to be grateful for every moment. Because when we live by serendipity and when we live spontaneously and by synchronicity, the doors within us open and activate in ways that they wouldn't otherwise. And I have had the most amazing interactions these past few weeks, especially as we all do these acts of spontaneity and moving through the fear and doing it scared. And so this morning I had a couple inspired moments about the avian, from the Avian Collective. A little bird landed right in front of me just as I was sending a message to another sister of light, and it was a confirmation for me that just in that moment in what I was writing was about just letting our spirit soar. And so I wanted to remind everybody to, when we're operating not in a place of synchronicity and spontaneously, our hearts don't feel light as a feather. They feel they're burdened with worry, judgment. If I do this, what's going to happen? What is the result? What are the expectations that I have of myself if I do this? I mean, we think ourselves right out of doing something serendipitously and spontaneously. Often, well, every morning when I wake up too, I see the date in my mind. And this morning, what I saw in today's 12/11/2017 is I see this. So I see a lot of one energy. So I'm seeing this one, and then the two ones for another 11 and 11, and then the one. So for me, I'm feeling that when we are in tune and understand that everything's connected to everything, then we understand that every message, every inspiration is our galactic selves, our fractals, our higher selves, this place of divine inspiration activating within us. So when I see these numbers, I'm feeling this connection to numerology and the dates and how it vibrates, what is the vibration of that idea, how does it make us feel when we look at sacred geometry, for example. Ilakunia ba ulia satosi kia tosa paloshna. Siakulia hanakaliaso. Po ola kasanata sesa. So I'm got my big giant marker out there for you, Polly. Diagolia satosi o sono shiro snateke. La tera sonote sharungo sanatera. So shoto so rungo so shaiwikia. La tira sono colianda sase. And I'm thinking now about the idea of synchronicity and synchronization and clocks, and how I've always been fascinated all my life with clocks. And I even had a collection of clocks and miniature clocks. I've been fascinated all my life with the idea of time and time travel. And I've got a couple of different ideas going on here. So firstly, let me backtrack just a moment in that when we're not allowing ourselves to be light as a feather, it's because we're stuck in worry about the future, or we're stuck in an idea or a belief about something from the past that's preventing us from moving forward and allowing ourselves to be serendipitous and synchronistic, and allowing ourselves to just go with the flow, make that phone call, hop in a hangout, do that video. A lot, and this is what I'm seeing. Everybody's going live now, live on Facebook, live on YouTube, using the social media to go live and be serendipitous and be synchronistic. And whoever shows up is who's supposed to be there in that beautiful interaction in that moment. And then we all get the beauty of being able to watch it later, because everything is now. And that's your now when you're supposed to see it and experience it for you. So we're all feeling this flow of when we allow ourselves to realize that we create time, that we can stop time, that we can create the illusion of an expanse of time. We all know the difference between how our perception of even standing in line, especially this time of year when you're shopping or you're trying to mail things. We were just talking today about mailing things in the long lines. And so that can seem like an eternity, or that time can be spent interacting with your environment, interacting with yourself, taking that moment to be an observer rather than a judger, being able to see something in a new point of view. And synchronicity allows us to do that. How many of us have had, I know I have, some of the most amazing interactions standing in line at the store or at the post office, for example. So it allows us, when we follow that inspiration and that synchronicity, we're in sync with our highest core vibration. So for me, to have Paula suggest that I do a card pull every day was very synchronistic, because of course it had been something that I had been thinking about. But then of course, since that's where my energy has been flowing lately about how to more express myself in just more fun and imaginative ways, this was one of my own synchronicities when I read that. So I just thought it was fun. And so it made me feel in that moment in sync with time, if you will. And I've always believed that I could travel through time. Yet now that we understand what time really is that it's really just a series of moment by moment by moments that we as a consciousness can travel through. So we're in sync with, when we're in synchronicity, we are in sync with our highest core vibration. We're in sync with our higher selves. We're in sync with what it is that the messages from Spirit are trying to tell us. So I'm just feeling this feather flow, this flowing avian energy, as light as a feather, not being in this bliss of centeredness, of serendipity and synchronicity, and not in a place of worry, because worry is putting you in some place that's not right here and now. Totera sonote inkia sotosa palahara shoku atase leanoneasha. And I was also reminded serendipitously that today was Monday, the first day of the week, and I wanted to remind everybody that Bashar's 49-day challenge began with the idea that it was based in the order of things that we can't live without, and first being air. And on Monday, the idea is to look within our eyes into the mirror and say to ourselves, I am a child of creation. I am unique. I am worthy. I am a child of creation. I am unique. I am worthy. I am a child of creation. I am unique. I am worthy. And I invite you today, as another synchronistic moment for me to begin this on a Monday, I invite you to rewind it and memorize it and go walk in the mirror and say that to yourself. Or say it to me first. I am your reflection anyway. I am your higher self and your guide speaking to you through me as you do through you to me. We're all channeling our higher selves. So in that spirit, I know this is as the introduction was a little bit longer than I anticipated, but I wanted to just share that moment of synchronistic ideas that have been flowing through me. So what does Spirit have to say to us through this oracle from Denise Lynn to show us how to better walk through our own gateway into this flowing of serendipity and synchronicity. Liantokia lehi maglosa teawa la shero sonokuleama orokoseta likiatore li shamiawala konyawala halawa kosoroso sorosomiawa. How can we allow our spirits better to fly and soar but in ease, in self-love? For this is really what we're here to discover, is the idea of being completely and utterly grateful for your existence and loving yourself unconditionally, that you may then change your perception of how you see time, of how you see the world, of how you see the other reflections of those that are interacting with you, for they are your creations, your versions of them, your versions of your higher self speaking to you. Through them, through me, through you. We are all mirrors. And this is why we say the eyes are the windows to the soul. For without our eyes open and looking, once we cease to exist within this body, we close our eyes, and when we no longer have that interaction, we know that that soul is no longer present in that vessel. Speak to your soul, speak to your soul families through your windows to your soul, through your eyes in the mirror. They're so surprised that such a simple act of self-love would be so uncomfortable. So the next time you're in line, make eye contact with the windows to your soul, the mirror image of the version that's standing before you, of Spirit that's speaking to you. And make that interaction the most synchronistic and serendipitous moment of your day. And every moment, every day when you walk, when you awaken, this will be the best day of my life. I will interact with every being that I need to, exactly when I need to, and whom I need to. Yatoshe. Just need a small drink of water, my cup of inspiration. Siatosurya. So yes, I promise these will be shorter. I just was feeling that need to share that today. Oh, how beautiful. Emerging into grace. I open my soul to grace. And isn't that how beautifully fitting that is, of opening the windows to our soul? Now she just happens to be sleeping with her eyes closed. But she's opening the windows to her soul. In that time of slumber, the flow, I'm loving this too, the flow. Here we're talking about the flow and the water and the leaf and and so when we are in a state of sleep, we are in our most flowing place. We have no resistance. We're as light as a feather. We know we don't need to worry. And so I find that a beautiful serendipitous message, that it feels very, very flowing. And when I am in this place of bliss and gratitude, that is how I feel, that I am in the place, this bliss of grace. Miyatoshe. So I love how the graceful flow of today's idea of serendipity and the ones and the idea of oneness, and that when we are flowing with the idea of serendipity and synchronicity, that we really are one with our own highest spirit, our own highest selves. And I will sit on this and see if I'm finished with it, and as soon as I'm finished with it, I will post it. Thank you all for joining me once again for this divine cup of inspiration, and thank you all for inspiring me. And we together inspire each other and raise each other's frequencies as the spire, as we aspire to be the highest and best versions of ourselves. And bringing that all together, all of our fractals into one. I love you. Namaste.